The Utah Free Market really started as an idea.
The Utah Free Market is where the community comes together and shares what they have for those in need.
The goal is to collect items that are needed.
The Utah Free Market is a place where we can give back, donate items, new or gently used, so that people who are in need of clothing, backpacks, materials that they maybe can't afford, maybe they're struggling right now, so they have the opportunity to just come and maybe get that special pair of shoes or that perfect dress to go out and interview for a new job or for your kid's first day of school. And that's what really we're doing here, is trying to give back to the community.
July 25th, that's going to be our next big give day. So if you've got items or you're willing to go buy items, especially some of the much needed items which you can find on our Facebook group, which is Utah Free Market, go there and see some of the much needed items such as backpacks, water bottles, toiletries, some of those items. If you're willing to go out there and buy those items, they're much needed and they're going to a good cause.
Renatus Team Unity chose the free market as their cause because as we all got together as a team and talked about the things that we have and the abundance that we've been blessed with, we needed and wanted a way in order to give back.
Very simply, we thought if we could give the items that we don't need that would benefit those that do need, that we might be onto something. And originally, he really expected that it was probably going to be something small in a park somewhere where the 10 of us on the team were maybe going to bring 20 items and have 200 items to give away. When we put the concept out there to our network, people rallied around it. And we soon raised that goal from 200 to 2,000 items. Sure enough, our very first big donation day, we've got over 2,000 items, and we still have over 2 weeks to go through this process.
Whether it's shoes or toothpaste, anything that we have to share with others, we bring and donate to anyone who needs it for free.
Your dress clothes, clothes for your children, shoes, books, backpacks.
Clothes, backpacks, toiletries.
There are a lot of people out there who have so much, too much almost, and their drawers are overflowing, their closets are overflowing, and half the stuff in there they don't even wear or even like. Once they start going through their stuff and it becomes a fun project, especially with the family. It becomes a lot of fun when you start cleaning things out and you start finding things. We found clothes with the price tag still on that we haven't even worn. And it's not doing us any good sitting in our closet never being worn. If somebody else can use that and put that to use, somebody who doesn't have, it feels good that you're doing something.
I think everyone who participates in Utah Free Market will be affected in a positive way. Whether they are donating or receiving, everyone can have a good feeling and know that they have made this community just a little bit better.
I imagine this helping the single mom who's just trying to get by.
I think the type of people that will be affected by the free market are going to be those that may have recently lost a home, or those who have recently lost a job, a single mom with kids, getting ready to go back to school. I believe that it can also help those individuals, that are struggling from paycheck to paycheck to be able to come in and get some of the necessities for them and for their family.
I imagine this helping the student. The student that's just trying to put themselves through school so that they can advance to that next level in their life.
I think parents who sometimes if you're tight with money and you just have the opportunity to come into a real store in a real mall, it doesn't feel like you're going, you still have a lot of pride. You can still feel really good when you bring your kids here to get something, and even though it's free, it's really a donation. It's a hand up, not just a handout. So I think it'll benefit people who are looking for something like that right now.
I imagine this helping the entrepreneur who just started their first business and is living on as least as possible, just trying to build that business and further the life of themselves or their family.
And it's our way of giving back to the community.
Without judgment, without any type of barrier, they can get access to those items that are much needed, and it can help give them that boost in life.
Donating to the Utah Free Market is a great way to help your community. It's just small and simple things. It doesn't need to be anything big, but something small that can bless someone's life.
To be in a position to give back, I feel honored. The fact that I have the ability to do that. There are children that, at no fault of their own, in situations just because of life, and it's nice to have people be able to take care of one another. That's what humankind does for one another. That's what mankind does for one another. We basically care for one another.
Well, the reason somebody would want to donate to the free market is because they're donating to a place where those that they're donating to can get access to those items free of charge.
Us doing good things is something that each and every one of us have a responsibility to those who are less fortunate. Because we've all been places in our lives, and so everybody needs a little helping hand. So this is a perfect environment for us to help out, and for the people that need the help to get the help they need and feel good and take care of their families.
Well, what brought me down here today was something that's passionate to my heart, and that is giving. I know personally there is a lot of people that are out there struggling, and they need different items, but they might not have the funds or the availability to have something. So to be able to have somebody come in and let them have what they need for free, I'm all about helping that out.
I decided to come down here and participate in this because it's a worthwhile event. It helps people out, and both my wife and I are very interested in doing things that can help people, and by doing so we help ourselves because it makes us feel better and just enriches our lives so much more for doing it. I just found a great group of people here and people that help those who are looking for a way to prosper and to help other people.
I think the space that this was donated for our cause is phenomenal.
Where we have an amazing open space that people can come through and browse and shop and choose the items that are most needed for them. In a dignified location. I mean, we're here at the Gateway.
The environment is at the Gateway, so it's a beautiful store. It's a really nice place where you can still have pride and come in and feel like you're getting something. There are new and gently used items here.
I would just like to say that to be able to be a part of this drive to thrive and to be a part, especially with Renatus Team Unity, in this cause is something that I've wanted to do something. And when this came about, both my wife and I, we jumped at the opportunity to be able to participate and to be a part of it and to give back because so many people have given so much to us. So thank you.
First of all, foremost, I want to thank you, Christion Sadler, for giving us the opportunity by bringing it to our attention. Bob Snyder, our founder and CEO of Renatus, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't know this whole community and to be part of what we're doing. So I have to give a big shout out to Bob Snyder and Renatus, and most of all, Renatus Team Unity, which is our team that's part of this whole cause.
Well, some of the people, the biggest people that I have to definitely thank is Uru Universe, Party Sober Clothing, of course, Renatus. I mean, if it wasn't for Renatus putting the systems they have in place, then none of us on this team would have the financial or the time freedom to even look at a project like this. I also, of course, have to thank the Gateway for this amazing space that they've allowed us to utilize for the free market.
I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that because I think it's something that's important, and I feel honored to be part of that.
Next Friday the 25th is going to be our next big donation day. August 1st is going to be the first big give, or it is going to be the day of the big give. Now, if there's leftover items from that day, then we will trail into Saturday the 2nd of August to be able to make sure that we give to as many people as possible with all the donations that are coming in.